Good morning, everybody. This is Tyler's Talking Sports. If this is your first time tuning in, we're so glad to have you here. My name is Tyler Hess. On the other side of the mic, my brother from another mother, Tyler Castle. You'll meet him in a few minutes, and I think you'll like him. If this is your first time tuning in, you got to know what you're listening to. Here at Tyler's Talking Sports, we cover college football. We cover college basketball. We cover college baseball. You name it in the college world, we're talking about it. From breaking news to big games to new coaching hires to kids entering the transfer portal, we cover it all. So, if you love what you're listening to and you love this episode, be sure to find us on all major podcasting platforms. Find us on social media. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Be sure to give us a follow and a like there. We're also on YouTube and TikTok, but on YouTube, be sure to give us a subscribe, because when you do, that allows you to get exclusive content that nobody else gets that's not subscribed to us. When you subscribe to us on YouTube, you get exclusive access to our 10-minute episodes that we drop weekly throughout the week. Plus, our 2 episodes we drop every Monday and Thursday at 6 a.m. You're not going to want to miss any of the content we have, and we appreciate you guys being here, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
This episode is brought to you by Next Level Fitness Club in Lebanon, Virginia. 1806 East Main Street, Lebanon, Virginia, 24266. They are a 24/7 gym facility, 24/7 tanning. They also offer certified personal training and certified functional fitness classes to fit all needs. If you're in the market for a gym membership, this is a great place to hit up. Hit up Ethan, Tyler, or Jordan at any of their numbers, and check out their website at www.nextlevelfitnessclub276.com.
This episode is brought to you by Little's Lawn Care. Little's Lawn Care is the all-you-need lawn care people. You need your yard mowed, you need your leaves blowed out of your yard, you need your gutters cleaned out, contact Little's Lawn Care at 276-698-5104. Again, that number is 276-698-5104. You can text them and you can call him. His name is Brandon Little. He's an incredible person, and be sure you let him know that Tyler sent you.
And we're live! Season 4, Episode 3, Baseball and Busy Lives. Happy Friday morning. If it's your first time tuning in, this is
it's
Tyler's...
Thursday, man. It's going to be Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. Happy Thursday morning. I don't know what day of the week it is. We just talked about this a minute ago because our lives are so busy. But happy Thursday morning. Glad y'all are with us. This is Tyler's Talking Sports. On the other side of the mic, my brother from another mother, Tyler Hess, and myself, Tyler Castle, bringing you Tyler's Talking Sports. Glad to have you. We're back, baby. Finally got another episode. Hey, we said beginning of this week, and some live stuff, events happened, but we're still here recording, getting an episode out this week.
Yep.
Finally have something too decent to talk about. The sports realm, y'all know we cover mainly college sports. That's our main focus, bread and butter. Been kind of in a lull a little bit because we're getting into the championship, championship of the ACC, SEC. We're getting into all that with baseball, so that's really starting to get going. The conference championship, could not think of that.
Yep.
Conference championship.
Omaha right around the corner.
Omaha right around the corner. Softball's already started, already going to the super regionals. So I already know what's going on there a little bit. So not a ton of news going on, but we'll try to get the good and the highlights and tell you what our thoughts are. So we do appreciate y'all stopping back. I appreciate all the people reaching out, asking about when we're going to drop the next episode. I've had countless people that I've ran into asking me when we're dropping the next episode. Mm-hmm. So here it is, guys. We're dropping it. It's here, right now.
Yep.
Thursday
before we get going, had a guy that I don't know if he just started listening because he heard about it through my work or if he's been listening, but he listened to our last episode, and his name is James. James, I'm going to shout out you, James, because we said shout out way too much. So, James, we're shouting you out. And, Cass, if you could play some sound effects for James.
Yeah.
Shout out
to you, boss.
Yeah.
No free shout out, though.
Yeah, no free
shout out. It's not free.
Out.
I mean, that's cost money, James. So when you see Hess tomorrow, give him $2.
$2.
$2 per shout out. That's how we roll around here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, back to that, what you were saying. Appreciate everybody's been reaching out. When you drop a new episode, I've had people walk up to me and be like, when's the next one coming out? People listen to it on YouTube and everything. And that's pretty cool. So we appreciate it, guys. But we got a little bit to cover here.
That's it.
That might be it. That's it, guys.
We're happy. We appreciate you. Always want to come on here and give a thanks.
Yep. 2-minute episode.
2-minute episode. That's what the fans want, man. Some people in a hurry.
Yeah. That's right. That's it.
In a hurry.
in a hurry. But no, we got some college baseball conference tournaments coming up here, and pretty much it's all across the board, guys. You got the Big 12, the Big 10, you got everything. But we're going to focus on three here because it's just closer to home for us. We got the ACC tournament, which has already started. Started on Tuesday. You got the SEC tournament, which started on Tuesday. And then you got the SoCon, and we cover the SoCon because our local team, ETSU, is the number one seed in that one. But we'll roll off here with the ACC. Tuesday, you had we got Miami versus California in that first game. And then we had Virginia Tech and Stanford, Louisville and Pitt, Notre Dame and Boston College. Second round is today, started this morning. You had Wake Forest in that game. Then Clemson played at 1. And then you had the Duke, the 7 seed, playing at 5, which that game is starting based off us recording at 4:30 in the evening. It's starting in 12 minutes. Then late night game, you got Virginia. I think they're taking on Notre Dame in that one. Number one overall seed in the ACC tournament was Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Team kind of flew under the radar all year long. Nobody really talking about them, and here they are. They won the ACC regular season, so they're automatically going to at least the regionals. You got NC State as a 4 seed. Florida State as a 2 seed. A lot of people predict them to make a big run. Yep. And then you got North Carolina, who's been pretty consistent all year, and they're the 3rd seed. I guess I'll ask you, buddy, just looking kind of at this tournament and how it's going to play out. Championship game will be Sunday at noon. Who are you looking at? Who you think could maybe run the table, pull an upset? Who's your favorite? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was high on Florida State at the beginning of the season. I think I picked them to make maybe a run all the way to the national championship again. Mm-hmm. I think they got the pitching. Super, super deep. Always a good baseball team. So Florida State, probably my favorite to win the ACC. I like what I saw. I haven't really watched Georgia Tech. I'm not going to lie. Like you said, they have flown under the radar, so I don't really know what they got, but they are the number one seed in the ACC, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, give me Florida State probably to win that one. And then sleeper team, I'm going to go with Duke. Duke can get past Florida State that first game. I think Duke can make a run.
Just kind of give you a live update here. You got Virginia Tech down 6-1 right now to Clemson. So it looks like, and that's in the top of the 8. So it looks like Virginia Tech is about to be eliminated. They still got a shot to make regionals. They're 31-24 on the season. Tech kind of underperformed this year. There was a lot of high hope there with them, but they've kind of underperformed. Looking here at the rest of the ACC, you got Duke, Duke plays Pittsburgh at 5:15 on the ACC network. I like Duke in that one. Pitt, 28-26 on the season, had a big upset win the first round there.
I mean, Duke was preseason, right? They were preseason top 10.
And Duke cracked back into the top 25 there the last 2 weeks, but they fell out the last week of the season. But Duke's got a pretty solid pitching team, and if they can line it out and get it going at the right time, that's definitely a team to watch. Let me see if we got any other finals.
Another one that I passed over, Wake Forest. That's always a good
Wake
team.
Forest. They are a very good team.
Who are they playing? Who they play today, actually?
Let me look here.
They played this morning.
I get saying the final on that one. College baseball is so hard to find.
Yes.
Anything on it. I am seeing nothing on the. You know what? Let's do this. Let's use the powers of Google. I'll let you know. We'll get a live updated matchups here. Cal ended up upsetting Miami in Game 1 on Tuesday, 12-2 in 8 innings.
Wow,
Virginia Tech beat Stanford, and then Pitt upset Louisville 13-11 in 9 innings. Boston College ended up beating Notre Dame in extra innings 5-4. Yesterday, Cal upset Wake Forest 14-12 in 9 innings. Look at Cal scoring some big runs. So you had Virginia Tech, Clemson, which is playing now. You have Duke and Pitt playing now, and then Virginia will play Boston College at 9:00. Tomorrow you're looking at Georgia Tech playing the winner of whoever Game 5 was, which
Cal.
Yeah, was Cal. So Cal will move on and play Georgia Tech at 3:00 tomorrow. That's going to be an interesting matchup. And NC State will play looking like Clemson now.
16 seed making a run to the quarterfinals here.
Yep. And then game 11, which will be Florida State versus either the winner of Duke and Pitt, and then North Carolina will play the winner of Boston College and Virginia. Uh, Cal is scoring some runs. I mean, that's 20, 30 runs, 30 runs in 2 games almost.
Hey, when the bats get hot, they get hot.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the big thing in college baseball. You get them bats going and everything starts flowing.
Wouldn't that be something? Be a 16 seed win the ACC championship.
That would be. I mean, they were the last. I mean, they finished last in the ACC. So
yeah,
and they upset the Miami, and then they upset Wake Forest, who was ranked this year. So I mean, that's going to be a.
That's what I just said. That's why I just mentioned Wake. I was wanting to see the score on that game because I was like, Wake could be that team.
Yep. So that's pretty interesting. ACC very solid this year. Sort of down, but they've been very consistent. Like I feel like they're closer together in competition than the SEC, even though the SEC has more ranked teams. I feel like the ACC's got a stronger top to bottom, and we're seeing that with Cal doing what they're doing compared to the SEC, which is, I feel like it's very top heavy, and then you got middle of the road, and then I think the bottom of the SEC is kind of weak. But
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But speaking of the SEC, had some games.
Who you taking? Who you taking the ACC?
I really like. I mean, Georgia Tech is. They got the bats.
What was Georgia Tech's record this year? What'd they end up going?
Georgia Tech's record.
They win 40 games.
Where's Georgia Tech?
I mean, to be a 1 seed in ACC, they won quite a few games because all these other teams won a lot of games.
Yes. Let's see, where's the Georgia Tech game? I had it. See, they are 39-16.
39. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
That's a good. What they end up finishing regular season ranked?
16th in the country, and Cal is 24-30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be wild.
I don't see that happening. I'm gonna go Georgia Tech. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Circle
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, circle. Yeah, circle Georgia Tech.
All right. Well, I like the Georgia Tech pick there. That could be solid. Watch out for North Carolina. Watch out for them Tar Heels. They know how to win. They know how to make it deep into these baseball tournaments. They seem to do it every year. So I have them kind of as the team to watch. But yeah, I'll agree with you on the Georgia Tech. But we'll move on to the SEC. Oh, I'll cover the Tuesday games that we had. You had number 16 seed Missouri played a very tough game against Alabama. They ended up losing that game though 4-1. Kentucky lost to Oklahoma, the 12th seed, 5-1. Kentucky, big disappointment this year, was 13th seed in the SEC. Very disappointing in them. Florida absolutely just took South Carolina to the woodshed. I actually watched this game yesterday. They ended up winning 11-3. They had to delay a game. They had to delay the Texas A&M Mississippi State game, but Texas A&M ended up winning that game. They got a final on that.
Did I see that right? Texas A&M finished as a 14 seed?
Yep, they finished as a 14 seed.
Oh, my goodness.
Mississippi State. They play Auburn. They played Auburn tomorrow. They play Auburn tomorrow at 12. And then you have Florida versus Ole Miss at 9 o'clock tonight. Oklahoma and Georgia, they first pitch is at 5:30. And right now you have Tennessee versus Alabama. And I'm pretty sure Tennessee is up 9-6 in that game as we speak. Actually, they're up 10-6 in this game in the bottom of the sixth. So it looks like Tennessee is going to
10-6. Nice.
Move on here unless the wheels fall off on it. Looks like Tennessee's going to move on. The winner of the Alabama-Tennessee game will play the number 1 seed Texas at 4 o'clock on Thursday. The winner of the Oklahoma-Georgia game will play Vanderbilt at 7:30 tomorrow.
I just want to say something. You know, I don't know what I guess you're looking at something on Google, like actual ESPN or something. Mm-hmm. Whatever you pulled on here on our notes, it's like the times are completely different.
Yeah, the SEC had to change everything.
So we're saying, guys, college baseball is so hard.
Well, they had to change it because they had tornadoes going through Alabama yesterday, and they had to move. They had to move every game date and time up because they had to move the Texas A&M game.
I need to call Billy Bowling and see where the next one's at.
Yeah, there was one near Hoover. This tournament's played in Hoover. There was a couple tornadoes around that area, so they actually canceled the Texas A&M game yesterday and moved it to 10:30 this morning. So it moved everything else around. Florida versus Ole Miss. That'll be a very good baseball game there. That game's at 9 o'clock on SEC Network tonight. They will play number 2 seed Arkansas, and the winner of the Texas A&M Auburn game will move on and play LSU. SEC this year in baseball has been very up and down. At one point, Tennessee was beating everybody, and then they fell off.
Yeah.
And then Georgia was dominating.
You say they fell off, but I think they ended up winning, 38, 39 games?
They have 41 wins on the season.
They got 41.
Yes.
And you look, Georgia Tech's 39-16, and they were the number 1.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And Yeah, but I mean, Georgia was up there for a while. Arkansas was probably the most consistent team in the SEC all year. Them
Texas
probably being
A&M's the biggest flop.
Yes, but they've been starting to play good baseball the
Yeah,
last
they play
couple of
good.
weeks.
Yeah, well, past
If I'm Auburn,
really past month.
yeah, if I'm Auburn, I'm a little nervous about that game. I don't think that's going to be no cakewalk for them. Florida, like I said, the Florida Ole Miss game, that'll be a very tough game depending on how the pitching matchups go. But I mean, Arkansas has been top notch all year. They've had one bad series. That was actually against Georgia, where they end up losing that series. But I think that was like their only series they lost all SEC.
Yeah, they
season.
took the series against Tennessee.
Yeah,
2-1.
So Vandy was very consistent. They kind of started out slow, but once they got the SEC play, they just came alive, and that's usually what the Commodores do down there in Nashville, especially in baseball. But looking at this bracket, seeing how things may play out, bud, who are you looking at? I know you're looking at your Vols.
Always.
But who do you think is going to be the team to beat in this one?
And Tennessee. I'm going to go Tennessee always, just because they got the number one pitcher in the nation, in my opinion, Liam Doyle. So, yeah, I think he's probably going to be pitching tomorrow if I had to guess against Texas. If you get past Texas, I think we can beat Vandy. We beat them before. If Vandy beats Georgia, that's another thing. So it just depends on what happens there.
You pitched Phillips today.
Okay.
He went 4 innings, gave up 1 earned, 5 Ks.
That's pretty good.
Then you pitched Arvian Dotson. I don't even know how to say this last name.
I don't know, guys. It's so hard to pick up stats.
A third of an inning, and then Russell has
game.
been pitching now. And it is now 11-6, so Tennessee just keeps scoring here.
Good. Need the bats to come alive. Need Tennessee
to
get hot. Okay, unreal. I mean, obviously, I'm going Tennessee. Obviously,
right.
But in a realistic world, I like Georgia. I think Georgia's been a tough squad all year. Vanderbilt been very tough as well. But honestly, I mean, if Texas beats Tennessee, I think Texas could run all the way.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going to say. I mean, just looking at it, if I'm looking at the teams that are still playing,
if Tennessee gets past Texas, I think they have a shot. If Texas wins that, I think it's Texas.
I look at it this way: if Tennessee wins, they're going to beat Bama. They play Texas, they win that game. Then Tennessee has to play the winner of Georgia versus Vandy.
Be too tired, I think.
Georgia and Tennessee have played each other, so that game could be a very good matchup. It'll be Game 13 on Saturday at 1:00. That would be a very interesting matchup because they haven't seen each other. But I think Oklahoma's been streaky this year. If Georgia beats Oklahoma, I just don't. If they get by Vandy and they have to play Texas, I don't see them getting by Texas.
That's a tough line, man. That is a tough line.
Texas knocked the doors off of them when they played in Texas earlier in the season. But I'm probably going to go.
Honestly,
my favorite,
I know before you say that, but going down to the bottom of the bracket, Arkansas honestly has a pretty good shot.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was going to say Arkansas. I think Arkansas is a lock for the championship just based off who they play, unless A&M gets hot because they do have the talent and they have been playing good ball.
They could play LSU first game.
Yes, but I just feel like it's going to be Arkansas. I think they'll get past Florida because I think Florida will end up pulling it out because their bats are just unreal right now. And I think my gut's saying it's going to be Arkansas, Texas for the SEC championship. But
I like that. That's probably what I would go with.
I'm looking. Georgia, Tennessee could make a run. I mean, that 8 seed Tennessee and the 5 seed in Georgia.
I think whoever wins game 5 there, or is that game 5? I can't see. Yeah, tomorrow. Whoever wins against Texas, I think makes it to the championship. And bottom bracket, if Arkansas gets past, probably more than likely LSU.
See, I look at it this way: Tennessee has a tough road. You get by Texas, then you play Vandy, who I think Vandy swept or at least won the season series.
Maybe. I thought they split.
Well, I was saying, I think they won 2 at Vandy, and then I thought they won 2 in Knoxville.
They probably did.
And then Georgia and Tennessee haven't seen each other, and I feel like Georgia has been more consistent this year than Tennessee. But Tennessee's been here. They know how to get here. They know how to win. I think Tennessee has a tougher test with their side of the bracket, but down by that Arkansas, I think it's a smooth sail if they can just get past LSU in game.
Tennessee gets back to how they played the first of the season, they'll be fine.
We just haven't seen that though. We haven't seen that since.
I think they got to up here. We're better than everybody.
Yeah, I mean the SEC's just been. It's been a gauntlet, but Tennessee has it's SEC play. Granted they have 41 wins, but they have struggled, and they didn't get to play
a lot
Georgia.
of series.
I don't know if y'all played Texas this year or not.
I don't think so.
See, we played Texas. I think you
I
all
know our
got
softball
Oklahoma.
team did.
Yeah. So we'll see. SEC is going to be interesting, but right now they're saying, I think they're saying 14 teams. I think everybody, but I think 14 teams is what they're saying is going to make it out of the SEC to the regionals.
Wow.
So that's everybody but South Carolina. So
South Carolina, Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri.
Missouri be out.
Yeah.
So they're going to put Texas A&M
Yeah,
in?
they're saying A&M will be right now. Last I seen, this was like Sunday. They said
probably,
now.
I feel like A&M needs to make a run in the tournament, in my opinion.
They're kind of looking at it, though, just like, I mean, you have – right now I think they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams ranked.
Out of the top 25?
Yeah, so I think that's where they're kind of getting with it, and that's 14 teams. I mean, you'd be looking at the same thing as what they had in basketball.
And the rest is pretty much ACC and then a couple sprinkles.
Yeah, you got some Big 12 teams. You got a couple Big 10 teams in there. And then you got some like you got Dallas Baptist from Conference USA. You got them sitting there.
And they finally came back.
Yeah. But
finally.
We'll see what happens. SEC is going to be tough. I would say your national champion might very well come out of that conference, so we'll see what happens. We'll touch base more when the regionals are set and figure out how that's all going to play out. But we do have one more conference to cover here, guys, and this is the SoCon, the Southern Athletic Conference. ETSU is in this one, and they've been pretty dominant this year. They are the number 1 seed in the SoCon. We'll pull up a live bracket here and see if I can get it. This is not a cool bracket. This is not what I wanted. Let's see.
Well, I got one bracket here.
I got a bracket. I'll see if I can get one that had finals on it here.
I did watch a game yesterday. I watched the App State.
Did you?
Lose to Texas State. Is it Texas State? I think
it's Texas State. Yep.
Yeah. 3-0. Could not get the bats going.
Let's see if I can find one. It's got a updated bracket here. This one might have it.
By the way, to our winner of the March Madness, the shirt has been made. It's just got to be shipped now.
The shirt has been made.
The shirt has been made. Yes, it's just got to get shipped out.
I like it.
Yeah, it's just taking 6 months, but yeah.
That's okay. No big deal.
Yeah. Life, man. Phew.
Life. Actually, the SoCon started today, actually. Game 1 was today. It was between BMI and Western Carolina. That game started at 3 o'clock, so they're still playing.
Almost over.
So game 2 tonight is at 7 o'clock. That will be between UNC Greensboro versus Wofford. ETSU will play – they don't play till Friday. They play the early game, the morning game. They play the winner of Game 3, which will be between Mercer, which they dominated this year, and either VMI or Western Carolina, which they dominated there. Teams to watch for in this one. I mean, this one's pretty self-explanatory. ETSU and Samford have been dominant in this, but ETSU has, I'm pretty sure, honestly, I think they
VMI, that's where Cannon plays, right?
Yeah, Seth.
See how he's doing. See if you can pull up stats on that game.
Let's see. See if I can pull up ETSU's record, though, real fast.
Very good. Very good season for ETSU. 30 wins, 30-plus wins. Because I was going to go down and watch that Wofford series, the last home series.
Mm-hmm. ETSU finished 38-15. Mm-hmm. They were 14-7 in conference, 25-8 at home, 13-7 away. And I mean, they had a big win, this year against Tennessee, which is kind of where the Tennessee season started taking kind of a turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, ETSU. Appreciate it, Bucks.
Yeah, appreciate that. You just want me to look up Seth Buchanan?
Yes, or just look up BMI's score right now since they are playing.
Let's see here.
Let's get a live update.
Let's see if I can get that. It's hard to find the SoCon. The SoCon does not cover their baseball very well. Let's see, I'll go to VMI's website.
Yeah, baseball's not hard enough already.
I know, right?
It's like pulling teeth trying to get stats. Even on when I'm going through Twitter, it's hard to get college baseball. Mm-hmm. I just get the final score. That's the main thing I can usually pull.
Let's see. Yeah, VMI got swept by ETSU. ETSU beat them 9-2, 6-3, and 12-6.
ETSU's good. Very good baseball program they're building down there.
Ooh, live stats of the game. Let's see what we got
Sports
right
in general. Speaking of ETSU,
Slow.
do you remember where their quarterback transferred to? He transferred somewhere big.
Tulsa. Did he go
Was
to
it
Tulsa?
Tulsa? I think you are right. Tulsa or
Might have
Tulane?
been. I think he followed the coach of Tulsa.
That's right. Okay.
Western Carolina's up 10-1 right now in the bottom of the fifth.
Ouch.
As far as stats, let's see, VMI, where you at? Due up next inning. It ain't giving me a. Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah, I was trying to remember where the quarterback went. So you said Tulsa?
Seth is not in the starting lineup for VMI in this game, but he is on the bench right now. I cannot pull up player stats. Might be able to right here. Visitor stats. Let's see. Nope, just for the game. So, anyway,
10-1.
10-1.
Not looking good.
Not looking good. Not looking good at all. But yeah, I think ETSU. I mean, they're probably going to hope. There's a very good chance that ETSU, they can make it to the conference championship, win this. There's a very good chance that they're hosting a regional.
That would be awesome.
And that would be pretty cool. That would be some good baseball to watch down in Johnson City because you're going to see teams from all over the country.
I think if we have nothing going on, we should go.
Absolutely, I agree with that. That would be really cool. So we'll see what happens.
That's not going to happen a lot, probably. So,
and this tournament is being played in Greenville, South Carolina. So interesting to see that it is played in Greenville. It's an interesting place, but great baseball field there at Fuller Field. But yeah, you going with me on this one? ETSU Bucks all the way.
Yeah, ETSU got to go local, baby. Got to support the locals. Yeah, I mean Sanford is tough. Sanford's tough in football, pretty much every sport. I actually have a cousin that goes to Sanford, believe it or not.
SoCon is very weird with their tournament, though.
Give me ETSU.
It's a double elimination. Game 1 and Game 2 is single, but after that, the loser of Game 3 goes and plays in the losers bracket. So you could actually have 2 games. You could have a championship game on Saturday and then a championship game on Sunday, depending on if ETSU made it and lost in a championship game and hadn't lost yet, they would get to play on Sunday. So it's actually a double elimination tournament because they only have a couple teams in it. They only have 8 teams. So
interesting.
Yep. But that's all we got going on right now with
ETSU.
college baseball. We'll get more into that as we get closer to the regional. But as you guys do know, if you have listened to us, I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. Castle's a New York Yankees fan. And we like Major League Baseball, as you can see in my background. So we figured we'd talk a little bit about the Braves and Yankees. And I'll let Castle go first. What do you think about the Yankees? Okay.
Finally starting to play some good ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, they're starting to win series. I think they've won 3 or 4 straight series.
Yeah.
So I think they're 7-3 over the last 10. Play the Rangers again tonight. We beat the Rangers last night. Watched the entire game. Shout out to MLB TV. No free shout outs. Not going to say what you got going on now to watch sports because I don't want you to get,
Well, I'm just using that for the national series and stuff.
Gotcha,
See how it works. Testing it out.
Testing the waters, yeah. I'm going to get Hess to record the blackout games for me and send them to me. Yeah, just the Baltimore games. That's the only ones I miss.
Gotcha.
But I don't really, shout out to Brian Long, don't really need to watch those Baltimore games because they're so terrible. So, last in the division, I think they've won 15, 16 games.
Yes.
Yeah, fired a coach. It just, the wheels fell off. The wheels
Very
fell
disappointing.
off in Baltimore. Don't know what's going on there. But, Yankees looking good. Judge still hitting over 400. But the thing I love about this Yankees team, it's not just Judge. You got Goldschmidt hitting well. You got Dominguez hitting well. Volpe's hitting well. Bellinger's coming alive. He's looking great. So that's what you need. You need hitters, and the pitching's coming back. We just got Loizaga back, coming out of rotation. So he's.
You got a closer yet?
I don't need one. Why do we need one? You got Devin Williams coming in the 8th now, and then you got.
Well, I just know Devin was really struggling at closer.
He was really struggling, but he's filling that 8 spot great. Yeah. My mind's slipping right now. I keep wanting to say Will Warren, but Will Warren just started last night. He had a great game again. 10 strikeouts, record high.
Against the Rangers?
Yes. 10 strikeouts. I know the Rangers are 27th in hitting, or 26th in hitting, but that don't matter. 10 strikeouts. And he's a youngster. That's only his second career start. Or third, sorry. Yeah. Okay. He had 9 strikeouts his last outing. Done really well. 10 strikeouts this outing. Done really well. So it's good to see the pitching with the Yankees. I think the pitching's coming alive. So yeah, I mean, like what I'm seeing from New York, we're starting to look what I was wanting to see a little bit earlier. If they can stay hot like this all the way through, I think it's a team to watch out for.
Can Judge hit 400 for the season?
No, that's almost impossible with today's pitching. I don't see that happening. He will go through a cold streak. It happens to every hitter. He'll get in a slump. Do I see Judge still hitting 50-plus home runs? Absolutely. He's got 17 right now.
Yeah. I got a cool little stat here before I talk about the Braves. Ellie De La Cruz, he has 422 strikeouts on the season.
He's getting ready to break a record.
Or in a career.
I saw that.
And by the end of the month, he will pass Tony Gwynn in strikeouts, and Tony Gwynn only had 430-some for his career. So that's incredible. Tony Gwynn, probably a lot of people, you could argue he's the greatest hitter of all time. Before I talk about the Braves, one thing I want to ask your opinion because it kind of sparked some discussion. MLB lifted the ban on Pete Rose after he passed away. What's your opinion on that? I feel like
should have done it while he's living, so he could actually enjoy it. I mean,
yeah, but
it's
Pete
terrible. It's so terrible.
He said it, I think, a couple years ago. He was talking to somebody. He said, "I'll make it to the Hall of Fame, but I'll be dead and gone before that happens." Yeah, and I just wonder too, like, if you're going to do that, you're going to lift the ban. Like, you got Trevor Bauer, who's being blackballed by the MLB right now. But like these guys who got busted for steroids.
Yeah, Trevor Bauer, poor guy.
Yeah, poor Bauer.
Playing baseball. I'm trying to find the closer, man. You keep talking. I know his name, and it's really bothering me.
But it's I'm not a fan of it. I wish Pete Rose could have been able to see his name go to Cooperstown. It's kind of stinks, but well deserved. Well deserved for Pete Rose, one of the greatest baseball players ever. You figured out your closer yet, over?
Luke Weaver. God, I could not think of his name.
Luke Weaver.
Yes, Luke Weaver is the closer, and he's a stud.
Okay.
Nasty, man. Keep that name in mind. I couldn't even remember it, but yeah, Weaver.
As far as my Braves go, they're starting to do what they should have done at the beginning of the year, getting healthy. Got Strider back last night. He struggled at the start, but he finally started settling in, but it was a little too late. Bullpens have been up and down depending on who goes in. Closure role has been very this year. Iglesias has gave up at least one run in every outing.
I saw the Red Sox walked you off the other night.
They did. Devers. Yep. But
good old Devers.
Took 2 out of 3 there, so can't complain. But Ronald King is coming back Friday. That'll be good for the Braves to get that bat in that lineup. Drake Baldwin is right now probably the front runner for Rookie of the Year. Strider came back last night.
I saw notification come up. Okay.
Yeah, he came back last night. He struggled at the start, gave up 3 runs real fast, but then he settled in, which is kind of expected coming off the IL.
Coming off injury, yeah.
Another big name coming up through the Braves minor league system right now is Craig Kimbrell. He has a 1.16 ERA so far in the minors. If he's got the stuff, the velocity's up, I would love to see him in that setup closure role. Maybe alternate him and Iglesias, give Iglesias a break.
Braves now, what, 500 still? 24, something like that?
They're 24 and 24 now. They keep getting to 500.
Phillies are hot.
Mets are struggling a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I love seeing they lost Subway Series. It was great.
Yep. A lot of discussion about
1 for 10.
A lot of discussion about Soto and his hustle.
Yep, he was jogging down the line when he should have. It would have been a single if he'd hustled.
But I don't defend Soto much, but given the fact that they were 20-mile-an-hour winds, the way he hit that ball, that was out if there was no wind blowing in. But you got to hustle out every play. It's why when you hit the ball, you run down the line. Lindor has struggled. I think he's 1 for his last 36.
Yep.
Last night I watched some of the Boston Mets game.
But before we move any further off the Mets, I mean, we've talked about this Mets. This is the Mets.
It's the Mets.
They start off really hot, first in division, leading out, and now they just dropped a second, right? I think Philly just took over.
They're a game and a half back now.
Yeah, I think Philly hit 30 wins. So yeah,
and they've yet to play the Braves. I don't think they played the Phillies yet, so they've even really yet to play anybody in the division.
We'll see what they
other
got.
than the Marlins and Nats. What was I going to say? Oh, poor Mike Trout. He's only hitting like 129 on the season with 9 home runs.
Yeah.
You touched base about the Orioles. But yeah, back to the Braves.
Who's your biggest – okay, you keep going on your Braves. I'm going to ask you a question here in a sec.
Yeah, back to the Braves. I think once Strider gets back in a rhythm of being an everyday starter, Acuna, that's going to be interesting because he isn't going to be able to play the field every day, just to be cautionary where he has had the knee surgeries. But he will be able. But you can't. Last time he came back from the IL after tearing his ACL, we didn't really have a DH, so it was easy to DH him. But we can't take Ozuna out of the lineup, and you don't want Ozuna in left field. So the Braves kind of got a good problem. But like Drake Baldwin, I was talking about him. He's hitting like I think he's hitting still over 400 over the last 20 games. Right now, he's front runner for Rookie of the Year. I look for the Braves to possibly shop Sean Murphy.
We'll take him
And maybe get a bullpen piece or maybe a starter.
Hey, I like taking y'all's players. Max Fried it's worked out pretty good.
Yeah, Fried's done very well. Apparently, I read an article. The Braves had a deal with Max Fried, but they didn't want to spend the money that the Yankees did because I guess he countered with the Yankees offer and they didn't want to spend that.
I would have. Look what he's doing.
But look at the Braves rotation. Sale's doing better. Strider's coming back.
That's true. But you could have had. But just imagine if you had Fried in that rotation as well.
Yeah. Spencer Schwallenbach has been very good. AJ Smith-Shawver's playing good.
That's why I think if we had Cole right now with Fried,
Cole would be nice.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I really think the Braves will end up pulling out. They'll definitely make the wild card. They're going to be the first team to ever start 0-7 and make the playoffs. It's going to happen. Very well could win the division. Anybody out there that said Snit needs to be fired, they need to like smack themselves in the face and turn into the Braves stuff. That's just stupid. Once they get going, they get everybody in there, and we start really we finally get our roster on what we thought it was going to be. Braves will be perfectly fine. But you want to ask me
who's your biggest surprise this season?
Orioles.
I got mine. Orioles.
Orioles are absolutely as a team, they're my biggest surprise because I mean you look at that lineup.
They're loaded.
They've had the last 2 years. They've won 90-plus games, and now they've already fired their manager. I think they got 16 wins on the season.
Off the
They're last in ERA, a starting rotation. Their starting rotation's got an over 8 ERA. So it's
they took
really
series against the Yankees,
Baltimore.
though. Don't worry, Yankees can never win a freaking series against them. So
yeah,
that's about a month ago. But
my biggest surprise player though would be San Francisco Giants player Vladimir Flores. He's leading the major leagues in RBIs with 49. He was a steal in free agency like nobody. He was kind of one of them last-minute pickup kind of guys, and now he's pretty much carrying the Giants.
I'm going biggest surprise player for me so far is Goldschmidt at his age.
I knew
he's batting 350.
He's playing first base. Goldie, that's Goldie.
I know, but I mean, I didn't expect him to come in and do what he's doing that fast.
That stadium though is perfect for him
and Ballinger.
It's
but
really
it's perfect. It's what we needed. We needed left-handed hitters. Like that's when the Yankees are good.
Yeah, and I mean Goldschmidt. I knew he'd be a Gold Glover. I knew he'd be everyday first baseman. Am I surprised he's hitting as high up?
I'll go another one then. If you want to talk about Goldschmidt, since he is a three-time Gold Glover, Ben Rice. He wouldn't even have this position if Stanton wasn't hurt. So just take that into equation. And I think he's got 10 or 11 home runs and batting like 260, 270 somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say Ben Rice. How about that?
I like that. Of
course, I'm with my home team because it's my boys. But
lately, the Dodgers been struggling.
They have.
Got swept by the Angels.
Got swept. Here's my surprise team: the Cubs.
The Cubs
first
got
in
Kyle
division.
Tucker.
Yeah,
the Cubs were there, but the thing that's really surprising with them is they lost Steele at the very beginning of the season. Their ace, and they've continued to win.
I think
that division.
They got 28-20. You could say Detroit. Big surprise. They got the best record in majors.
Yeah, but Detroit last year, they made that run after All-Star break and made a deep run in the playoffs. That team's built. Lately, though, a team that a lot of people were already writing off early, and then they went on a 13-game win streak, the Twins.
Yeah, Twins, yeah.
Keeping Byron Buxton healthy in that lineup and him playing every single day, which he's never done, is huge for them.
He's Torres is that, right?
Yeah, that's where Torres is
and
at.
He's batting like 300.
Yeah, I mean, the Twins have been playing really good ball, but the key for them is Byron Buxton. Buxton has been – he's a five-tool player. He can steal bases. He's a Gold Glover in center field. He can hit for power, and he's a leadoff hitter. He's everything you want. And last year they were about to trade him. So, I mean, that's kind of crazy. One thing I read a thing that talking about my Braves. 2 years ago, they had a 6-year, $135 million deal for Aaron Nola, and they backed out of it because of his physical. And now Nola but it looks like a great deal because Nola has the worst ERA in Major League Baseball, and he's 1-6 on the season.
But he was like one of the best pitchers in the league there for a couple of years.
That is true. They did have a chance to get Zach
there for a little while.
They had a chance to get Zach Wheeler at one point. I wish they would have got him, but
I like Wheeler.
Yeah.
Phillies. I mean, I don't sleep on them. I like the Phillies.
Yep.
What's his face? Schwarber for them. Monster.
I can't stand Schwarber.
Great leadoff hitter.
Can't stand Schwarber.
Love him, hate him. Great leadoff hitter.
No, he is not a great leadoff hitter. The dude hits like 200 to 1. He hits anywhere from 100 to 200.
He had how many home runs last year?
That's
or
not
year
a
before
leadoff
that?
hitter.
It was like 50 home runs.
Okay, I'm okay with it. If I give up a solo
Kyle
bomb
Schwarber's
with
great
Schwarber,
leadoff hitter. I said it.
No, he is not.
Great leadoff.
You want
hitter.
your leadoff hitter?
He gets
the
walks
best hitter
all the time.
So does
It's on
Ozuna.
base. It's on base.
Ozuna leads the
on
league
base
in walks.
percentage.
Ozuna leads the league, and that's another thing that's going to be interesting. Ozuna's contract's up at the end of the year, and they're saying right now he's upwards of $400+ million a year next year.
No thanks.
Because he's hitting over since last year when he about got DFA'd. He's hitting over 370 with an on-base percentage up over 900. And he's leading the league in walks this year. And he's got power. But he's strictly a DH, even though one year he did win a Gold Glove. But
no thanks.
MLB is getting really exciting. It's getting fun. Getting close to All-Star break here in the next couple of months. That game is in Atlanta, so that'll be cool to watch.
Random question. Is Acuna's brother, does he play on the Mets? Are they related?
Yes. Luis Acuna. That's his
little brother. Okay. He's a pretty good ball player, man.
He was on the Rangers, and they traded him to the Mets with the DeGrom trade.
That's when that happened. Okay.
Yep. And he's actually got another brother that's working his way up, I think, through the Red Sox system.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. A lot of Acunas.
A lot of talent in a family. So DeGrom. I think DeGrom's pitching tonight. Yeah. He is for Rangers.
He's been up and down.
He's got like a 2.28 ERA. I was looking at. That don't matter. I mean, all the pitchers on the Rangers are great. The pitching is, I think they're number 3 in the league in ERA, but their hitting's like 27th.
I mean, it's like our local man there, Evan Carter. He's struggling. He's hitting like 129. He's been up and down from the minors to the majors.
Yeah.
But apparently he's got, I was hearing he's got some issues in his back, and they can't really figure out what it is. So
that sucks. But he is a World Series winner.
He is a World Series winner. Brought that back to Elizabeth, and that was pretty cool. And does a lot for the community. He's in Elizabeth all the time. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, MLB's getting exciting. Got the Bristol race thing coming up here pretty soon. The Bristol Braves, the Braves versus the Reds in Bristol Motor Speedway. So that'll be interesting.
That's in June, right?
Yep, that's coming up first week of June, second week of June, something like that. June 4th, maybe. Could be wrong.
You going?
Thought about it, but I mean, to me, the visuals of a baseball game there.
I think it would be so hard to see the ball.
But there has been talks, of might get luck up, get some box seats. So I mean, if I got a box seat, I really wouldn't care. I could watch it on TV, and I'd still say I was there. So that'd be cool.
Yeah,
but
that's probably the only way I do it, unless I was like on the first base or third base line.
Yes.
Yeah, like right.
Yeah, and those are already gone. Those went to season ticket holders.
Those went like immediately.
Yeah.
We'll
see though. It'll be interesting. But the big thing, it is Memorial Day weekend coming up, and if you follow sports in any way, this is probably the greatest weekend in motorsports racing. This is, even if you're not a racing fan, kind of what's going on. Starting out Sunday at 8 a.m., you have the F1 race in Monaco. If you're not an F1 fan, which most people over here aren't, but some people do follow it, that race is pretty interesting to watch because they race through Monaco. They're on the streets of Monaco. They race down some of the alleys between the houses, right next to the water. You see all the $1 million yachts parked. It's really cool. As far as F1, did some research on it. I kind of watch it here and there just in the morning when I get ready for church on Sundays. So sometimes it's first thing in the morning on TV. Max Verstappen won last week for Red Bull. They're starting to get a little more speed, but McLaren has been leading it with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. They have been dominating, so I look for them to be the front runners at Monaco. But then after that is over, you have the Indy 500, and everybody knows about the Indy 500. It's at the Brickyard. It's the most historic race in probably motorsports. Big thing here, Kyle Larson is trying to attempt the double. Can he win it? Last year, he had a shot.
How many races he won in a row? Is it 3 this year already?
He's won 3 already this year, but he hasn't won that many in a row.
I thought they were in a row for some reason. I felt like they were in a row. Maybe back-to-back, and then he missed one or something.
Yeah, I think he won back-to-back and missed one. Big thing here with Larson. Last year he had a chance, but it started to rain, and he had to get to the Coke 600. The double didn't happen last year because when they got to Coke 600, they called the race for rain because it was halfway, and he never got to attempt it. So he came back this year to try again. He almost didn't make it on speed. He's wrecked twice. There have been a lot of bad wrecks so far up there in Indy. There have been several cars flip. They're very loose, averaging 237 miles an hour. It's
pretty quick.
Which means they're hitting 250 in the straightaways.
Jeez.
Larson qualified 17th. The big story, though, out of Indy, you have a rookie who has never drove on an oval in his entire life, starting on the pole with a team that was just formed.
Wow.
My thing is he's a rookie and doesn't understand how dangerous it is, and it doesn't care. It's just to the throttle, and he's either going to see victory lane or see heaven, one or the other.
One of the two.
The other big news that came out of Indy, though, was penalty for Penske. Joseph Newgarden, who dominates in IndyCar, and his teammate, Scott McLaughlin, they found some illegal parts on it. So I can't really remember exactly what it was, but they penalized them, fined them $100,000.
In NASCAR. Ridiculous.
Suspended their car chief, engineer, and fined them $100,000 and disqualified them and put them at the back of the field, so they would be starting 32nd and 33rd.
Ouch.
Nobody's ever won the Indy 500 from beyond 21st, but Penske's is the fastest team. But the other news that came out right before we started this, Roger Penske has fired his team president, his vice president, and everybody with Penske because of integrity issues, and said that's not the standard we have at Penske Racing, and he was done with them. The other kind of news that kind of trickles into NASCAR is the president of Penske was Tim Cindric, Austin Cindric's dad, who drives the 2-car in NASCAR.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. Might be a little tension there. But moving on, after the Indy 500, Kyle Larson will be getting in a helicopter and flying straight to Charlotte, and he should land by the time they say he should be in the car at the moment they say, gentlemen, start your engines, if everything works right. And he will try to attempt the 1,000, or it's actually, I did my math wrong there. It's 11,000 miles.
11,000 miles? Or 1,100 miles?
1,100 miles in one day. He does the 500 miles at Indy, then the Coke 600, the longest race in NASCAR. He's looking to be the 5th driver to ever.
People don't realize how tough that is.
But the thing with Larson, he races every night. He's in a dirt car somewhere every night. It's not a big deal for him in a way, but it's going to be a lot on his body. Apparently, he's got to go through a bunch of medical stuff before both races on Saturday. He's got to get a lot of IVs and all this stuff pumped into him. The best one, the only driver to finish in the top 5 in both the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 was Tony Stewart back in 2002. Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart did it twice. And I think Juan Pablo Montoya, and I think AJ Foyt might have been
I forgot about him.
Might have been the other one. But the big thing is, can Kyle Larson win this? Can he win the Coke 600? And I absolutely think he can. Team Hendrick, that 5-car, what they've been doing this year.
Probably best driver.
So if you're a racing fan, this is your weekend, Sunday. Sit down, watch some racing, enjoy it, because it's a really fun time. I'll probably watch a little bit of Monaco. I'll definitely watch the Indy 500, definitely because of Larson, just to see what he does, because that would be incredible if he won the 500, had to leave, and then go down and try to win the 600. That would be monumental. Coke 600, though, I'll give you a chance here. You got to pick for who can win this longest race of the year, all based on who can last.
Who can last the longest? Well, it's definitely not Kyle Busch. I'll tell you that. His car won't make it the longest. Poor guy. I hate what's going on. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go Hendrick. So anybody in Hendrick, I think they got a good shot at the long race. Yeah. So anybody in Hendrick, I'll go that.
Yeah, I like that. I think Chase Elliott might break through and finally get that win. I'm gonna go with him. But I'm also going to go with sleeper pick here. Nobody's really going to think about, but Ross Chastain. I think you can see him. That car is beautiful this weekend. He's doing a Folds of Honor Busch Light car. It's got an American flag draped over it. Very beautiful car. I think I could see him winning if he can outlast it. But hey, it turns into a fuel mileage race. Anybody can win that.
When does Junior Motorsports? When do they get their? Is it Allgaier? Is that his name?
Yeah, it's Justin Allgaier. They have yet to.
Not yet. Okay.
They talked about entering the Coke 600, but that didn't happen. Junior, I mean, it's $30 million for a charter. It's a lot of money to enter the Cup Series, and it looks like Junior would have to have some backing, like somebody come and invest. But there is talks that maybe next year you see Junior Motorsports full time in the Cup Series, and I think that the Cup Series needs that. We need Junior.
Yeah, that's why, I cheer for him. So that's what I was wondering if he was going to do this race or not.
Yeah, but they talked about it. But I think it kind of. But you might see him. He's talked about entering at least one more Cup race this year. They enjoyed the 500. It went well. They finished top 10.
Yeah,
made good money. Traveler Whiskey, Chris Stapleton and them, Buffalo Trace, they have said they'll back it. The sponsorship side of it's just getting all your finer details lined up.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure it's not easy.
But yeah, I mean, that's all we got, guys. That's kind of what's going on. We'll wrap it up here with some maybe, just casual things. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything you're throwing out?
I had a note on here for all the volunteer fans out there. There's a big rumor that Vols athletics, they're switching from Nike to Adidas for a big contract. And I hope they don't.
Well, I look back at it. The Adidas thought you all were yellow. They had your jerseys used to look kind of yellow. They weren't orange. I've been seeing a lot of the recruits and stuff come in saying they don't want Adidas not because of the styling, because they've played with Adidas and they said they don't like how they perform in Adidas stuff. I mean, I think that's a little petty. I think it's a little much. You wear what you can and go out there and show off, but whatever. That's what you're saying.
I like the Nike. Nike's got the better apparel in my opinion.
And I look at it this way. You look at and granted, this means nothing, but you look at your dominating teams in most conferences outside of Miami, who recently has been doing better, but shout out Cam Ward on that one.
Yeah.
A&M, Adidas. Missouri, Adidas. That's the only SEC teams that are Adidas. Maybe Mississippi State.
I think Florida State, maybe, right? Or is Florida State?
Florida State's Nike.
They are Nike. There's another couple big schools that are Adidas. Because they were showing like there was a thread.
Louisville's Adidas. Mississippi State's Adidas. A&M's Adidas. Missouri's Adidas.
Missouri, yeah. Can't remember who else is Adidas.
UCLA used to be, but they went to Nike.
I know who's Nike. Oregon. How about
Oregon
that?
is all Nike. Yeah, all Nike. If I'm Tennessee, if we're coming down,
I prefer Nike. Just like if I'm going to wear something from Tennessee, because this is how long I've been a fan, guys. I got a pair of shorts that are Adidas. Okay, because we used to be Adidas. So
here's what
I've wore both, and I'd rather have the Nikes, in my opinion.
I think Georgia Tech's
a fan.
Adidas. Georgia Tech is Adidas.
Probably.
Because up until 3 years ago, they were still Russell Athletic.
Yes.
That's where Tennessee needs to go. Go Russell Athletic.
Please, God.
Actually, be the only SEC team to be Under Armour.
Hey, I wouldn't mind Under Armour. I like Under Armour.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because Under Armour does cool things.
Really good shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big component. I like Nike. I mean, I would like to stick with the Nike jerseys.
Nike will jump in.
But the money, though, I mean, the money there is pretty
Nike will
large.
jump in. That fan base, Nike will want that fan base.
Well, I'm just worried about recruiting. Like if that, because we know, I'm serious.
I get it.
These players these days, I mean, they're not like the same players we grew up with. I mean, they want everything to a T. If you can't get Nike, I'm not coming. That's what it'd be.
I seen a thread that somebody had posted. It had apparently where this rumor broke, all these recruits for Tennessee were sharing it, showing they were going to Adidas, and they were like, "No, thumbs down,"
like
all this
face.
Yeah. One more thing I want to talk about before we jump off: Angela Reese, Caitlin Clark. That beef.
Oh yeah.
Is it justified, or is Angela Reese just being jealous?
I think it's a lot of jealousy, honestly.
I agree 100%.
And here's the thing with Caitlin Clark, and I can't remember who said this. It might have been a reporter. I read it on X. But, Caitlin Clark, if she really wanted to, I mean, granted, she's going to break every – it probably was Dave. She's broke every record. She's going to break every record. Let me back that up. But she's already broke like the most double doubles already. I'm pretty sure triple doubles.
She's second.
Okay.
She's one more. She tied it. Actually, she tied it last night.
Okay. Well, she's getting ready to break it.
The woman that was leading it in double doubles did it in 492 games, and Caitlin Clark tied it in 42 games
in 2 seasons. Yeah.
Yes.
She's going to break every record. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
The only big women's basketball player I knew before her, and this is who probably all our listeners know, Sue Bird. Like that's the only one that I can like reference back to.
I knew Sue Bird. I knew Lisa Leslie, Brittany Griner when she came up. She was dunking.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember Brittany Griner, but for a different reason.
Yeah, and then Russia. Staley,
yeah,
the head coach for South Carolina. I remember when she was in the WNBA. And Maya Moore. Remember Maya Moore? She was really good at UConn. And then I really like Sabrina Azioko. Played at Oregon. Now she's on the Sky, maybe? She's really good. The one that did the 3-point competition against Steph Curry.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean.
But I'm just saying, like, Caitlin Clark, every sports fan who watches sports knows who Caitlin Clark is.
Yeah.
So she's got that label around her. Like, she is Michael Jordan. She's Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Well, if you look at it, in the games that when she's playing and it's on TV, the ratings are through the roof. When she's not on TV, they're bottomed out.
Here's my thing.
When she's playing in a game, the crowd's sold out.
Right. Here's my thing on that with her. She could literally leave the WNBA, whatever her contract is. I think she's got a 4-year contract, so 2 more years. She could leave the WNBA, start her own league, and probably do better than the WNBA.
Yes, absolutely.
With her in it. So that was Dave Portnoy's reference. And my thing with Angela Reese, if she had the game to back it up, like if she was actually as good as Caitlin Clark on stat sheets and everything, sure. I think it'd be some beef. But she's nowhere near what Caitlin Clark is on the court. She's so arrogant.
Terrible.
It's jealousy. It's jealousy, man. It is 100% jealousy.
Go back and find the last game that Angela Reese played and go to the play-by-play. Just pull up. Don't have to watch the highlight. Go to the play-by-play where it shows Angela Reese took a shot.
Yeah.
She shot a foul. Go to that, and she will miss 2 to 3 shots. And then
she takes 30 shots a game.
She does, and she misses them and pads that rebound stat because she's taller than everybody. Yeah. It's almost like she's missing on purpose because she can get 10 rebounds in 3 shots.
Yeah, she needs to chill out. Like she's not as good as she thinks.
And then the game that they played, the flagrant foul, they called it. That was a play at the ball. You don't give somebody a free layup.
I mean, I think Caitlin had a little bit of edge in it. I do.
But she went to the ball.
Yeah, it was competitive.
It was not flagrant. It was a competitive to the ball foul.
But it's to it. The only problem with that is who it was.
Oh yeah, I know.
If she fouled anybody else, the media would have not ran with it. It would not be a talking point at all. But that's all it is. But I mean, everybody I've talked to, Caitlin Clark, Angela Reese.
And my other thing is if it hadn't been Caitlin Clark fouling her, would Angela Reese have got up and charged at her and said what she said? No, not at all.
Not at all. It's a beef there for no reason.
And I can't
remember what the saying was, but it's like comparing Kobe Bryant to the worst player in the league.
It's like let me tell you, I got the comparison. It's like comparing Kobe Bryant to Kwame Brown.
Somebody like that. Yeah,
because Kwame Brown, they were hyping him up coming in, and then he just and he played with Kobe. I mean,
that's a good way to look at it. I mean, Caitlin Clark is a generational talent for WNBA,
and I'm not bagging on Angela Reese.
She could change the whole game for him.
I play one-on-one out here with Angela Reese. She's going to school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying I could take her. No. But I'm saying as far as WNBA in the league, Caitlin Clark, I'm sorry. She's proven she's better. Sorry. She's changed. Yes. She's making her team better. I mean, is Angela Reese making her team better?
No.
Okay.
And the thing that gets me, before, if a WNBA was on ESPN, I didn't watch it. If I see Indiana Fever, I'll tune in just to watch Caitlin Clark shoot a shot from half court.
That's what I'm saying. She's a game changer. Yeah, she's
changing the game. I watched her at Iowa.
She's selling out stadiums she's selling out stadiums and stuff for their games still. Even at Iowa. I mean, she was selling out stadiums.
Yes.
I mean, that's a generational talent.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that. If I'm Angela Reese, I would be thanking Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, because that's the reason you're getting paid.
Because that's the reason you're getting paid, yeah.
Yep.
God, these people, man, they feel so entitled. Didn't mean to get on a huge tangent here at the end of the pod, but golly, that drives me crazy. And it's not playing basketball and making money. What are you complaining about?
I want to say this, but just in case something happens and this pops off and somebody gets a hold of this video, this is not a racial thing at all.
God, no. This is straight up sports.
But that's what it's turning to. You got RG3, he got attacked by Ryan Clark because he had a white wife.
I saw that, yeah.
He said he don't have those conversations at home. That's not what this is about. No. It has nothing to do. If Caitlin Clark was an African-American and Angela Reese was a white person, I would be saying the same thing about Angela Reese. I would be saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything. Roles are reversed. Yeah, I don't think it's anything to do with that. I think truly it comes down to a little bit of jealousy, and
it's jealousy.
The spotlight is on Caitlin Clark, and it's not on Angela Reese. That's what it comes down to.
But she puts herself in the spotlight.
She does. She don't like to be out of the spotlight because in her defense in college, she was the second best player, right behind Caitlin Clark.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Who was the best player?
Exactly.
Caitlin, yeah. Oh, well, I blame Kim Mulkey for that because of the way she coaches. But anyway.
I don't know, man. Just be happy. Just be happy. You're playing basketball. You're healthy. Just be happy. That's what I'm going to leave on.
I like it, man. But, hey, buddy, I hope the rest of your week goes good. I hope you enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. I hope you enjoy you got 3 days coming off here. You got a 3-day weekend. Most everybody in the country has 3 days coming up. So, everybody enjoy it. Spend time with your family. Hug your loved ones. Call somebody you haven't talked to in a while, see how they're doing. We, again, appreciate everybody who listens to us and reaches out to us. As things start heating back up and things slow down a little bit for us, we'll get back into it every week. Footballs are just around the corner, guys. So just bear with us, and we'll keep putting them out when we can. We appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Have a good one.